With us being fairly deep into Season 22, Season of the Witch, I can pretty confidently say that I rarely ever see my Hunter teammates using Arc 3.0 nowadays. The thing is, I can't really blame them either, especially with all the hype around the brand new Beyblade strand aspect and all the different exotic reworks. But today, I wanted to put those things aside and bring you guys a Arc 3.0 build that has the capabilities to clear any room with ads in the entire game. Today, I am bringing you my Skip Grenade Shinobu's Vow build for Arc Hunter. This build creates mass destruction by basically just giving you so many different ways to apply jolt and shock to any wave of enemies. This build also allows the user to basically have infinite uptime on the grenades as well as their melee, allows the user to be amplified non-stop so you can get that speed boost, and also creates a steady supply of ionic traces at all times. I can confidently say that this has been one of the most fun builds that I have used this season. The pure amount of dopamine that you get after you see a wave of enemies throw one grenade and just shock and jolt all of them. The sound it makes of the lightning like burning them all to its crisp is, I mean, it's kind of dark and morbid, but it's just, I don't know, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. With all that aside though, now that you guys know exactly what the build can do, let me show you how to properly recreate and get this build in your hands right now. All right, we're going to be on arcstrider, and for our super, I recommend using Gathering Storm. You can use whatever you want, but this is by far the better option. For abilities, the only thing you really have to have is Skip Grenade. These three options are up to you. For aspects, you want Flow State and Tempest Strike. For fragments, you want Spark of Discharge, Spark of Resistance, Spark of Shock, and Spark of Ions. All right, for our weapons, you can honestly use whatever you want. The only thing that I highly recommend you use is a arc primary. I also highly recommend that has volt shot on it, just therefore so we can get a lot more jolted target kills, create more ionic traces. In terms of what exotic you use, it's entirely up to you. I liked using Legend of Acreus a lot. I had some fun with that, had some fun with Trinity. Of course, always have to go to with a horde. But yeah, it is entirely up to you. For exotic armor piece, we're going to be using the Shinobu's Vow to go ahead and boost our skip grenades. And now for our armor mod, starting on our helmet, we're going to want a harmonic siphon to make orb kills using our arc weapons, whatever kind of ammo finder you prefer, and then ashes to assets. For arms, you're going to want to run double grenade kickstart. For our chest piece, I recommend running any kind of resistance mod of your choice. I prefer concussive dampener, and then running a copy of charged up. For boots, we're going to want 2 copies of elemental charge and then 1 copy of innervation. And for our cloak, you're going to want powerful attraction and 2 copies of bomber. For our stat distribution, 100 resilience just to get that base damage reduction, and then spec into discipline. Obviously for this grenade build, we want our highest uptime on our grenade ability. And then from there, it's up to you. I recommend recovery because the healing with this build honestly isn't the best if I'm keeping it completely honest with you. So having the high recovery is a boost. All right, now how to fully utilize this build doesn't actually require a lot, unlike some of my other builds. You basically just throw a skip grenade at a group of enemies. It'll jolt a bunch of targets. If it doesn't, the jolt doesn't kill them, it'll leave them weak. But after you basically kill a group of jolted targets, you'll generate more grenade energy by Shinobu's Vow exotic perk. Killing those jolted targets will also create ionic traces, which will then give you ability energy. By grabbing ionic traces with our armor mods, we then have a escalating chance to attain a armor charge. With those armor charges, we can then throw another grenade, therefore jolting more targets, creating more ionic traces, yada yada yada. But using mods will then get a boost of grenade energy with grenade kickstart, and then just start the cycle all over again. The entire time we're getting grenade and volt shot kills, we'll be getting ionic traces to get the uptime on our dodge and melee, therefore just creating an endless cycle of jolted targets, crazy ability uptime, fun, just burn and electrocute everything. The only real weakness with this build is that there isn't really a surefire way to heal you. There are a couple options you can modify on the build to give you health. You can make it where like orb pickup will heal you, or you can put on the melee that after you get a kill gives a small boost of health. I chose not to because I didn't really find those that impactful at the end of the day. But other than that, this build is great on all fronts. But yeah, with all that, I really hope you guys use this build, utilize it, and have fun with it. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna try to upload these at least once a week. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let the Savathun Spire gameplay go ahead and finish off in the background. And all you fine ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day.